Hi everybody, my name is Lauren and welcome back to Plants and Things. Thank you so much for clicking on this video. If this is your first time here, welcome. If this is not your first time here, I'm sorry. I'm so excited right now. I don't even remember what my intro is. But if it's not your first time here, welcome back. Thank you for coming back. I appreciate all the support from all my subscribers. Excuse me, just bear with me today because my words are not going to come out right because my mind is working faster than my mouth because I'm just so excited. I do apologize. Anywho, today we are going to be talking about ordering plants online, how to order plants online, everything you need to know before you place your first online plant order. It's like the most exciting / nerve-wracking thing ever. I'm sorry, ever, because there's just so many variables. And I know for me, it was a little overwhelming. So I'm going to share with you my experience and what I learned so that you don't have to go crazy like I did and be as nervous as I was. And so this is going to be more catered to ordering on Etsy because that's where my experience has been. The most important thing you need to know when you order plants on Etsy is read the full description. I cannot say this enough times. Read the entire. I don't mean skim it, look at the bullet points. No, read. If you're interested in this plant, especially if you're buying a plant that's rare or that's going to cost you a little bit, listen, just take my advice. Read. Excuse me. Guys, shh, no playing right now, please. Lulu, leave her. Save yourself the trouble and read every word on that item description. The main reasons you want to read every word is because, number one, you could be ordering a potted plant or a bare root plant or a seedling or a node. Like you need to know what you're ordering. So you have to read the description. Number two, in your description, most likely it will tell you where the plant is coming from. Is it from within the US or is it from outside of the US? And that's going to make a huge difference in the experience that you have when ordering on Etsy. If you are a beginner, I'm going to cater to the beginners here. If you are a beginner, the best thing that you can do is just to order only from within the US. Because if you order outside of the US, of course, the prices for those rarer plants is going to be more reasonable. However, there are certain things that come into play, like a photosanitary certification that needs to be in place, which a lot of sellers do offer at this time, which is great. But if you're ordering over a certain number of plants, that could you could then be required to have a permit. It just gets, and then it extends the amount of time that it takes for you to get your plant, which now is going to require more rehab on your end once you get the plant. Like, it's just easier if you're a beginner to stay within the US when you order plants online or on Etsy, online, whatever. Just stay within the US. It's going to save you a lot of time and headache. You also want to read the reviews for each shop. That will give you a clue to their consistency, how consistent they are with, packaging their plants with care. That's like the number one thing you want to look for in the reviews, because people, depending on the type of plant that you're ordering, some plants ship better than other plants. So just because someone said, hey, my plant came in excellent condition, doesn't mean the type of plant you're going to order is not going to be more or less affected by being shipped. So the key thing you want to look for in reviews is not just to read the reviews to make sure that they're good, but to see what people are saying about the packaging. You want to know, did the seller package their plant with care? And most sellers do, to be honest, because they want business. They want good reviews. They want business. They don't want they don't want to have to send you a new plant, So definitely just make sure from reading the reviews that the seller is someone that packages their plants with care. For beginners, when ordering plants on Etsy, you probably want to stick to plants that are already potted. They call them starter plants. They may come in a 2-inch pot or a 3-inch pot, and sometimes in a 4-inch pot if you get lucky. So For beginners, it's going to be best for you to choose plants that are already potted, because once you receive it, all you need to do is check and see how the soil looks, how the leaves look, and if it needs to be watered or not, and just really give it really good humidity. Whereas if you order a plant that's bare rooted, you're going to need to decide now, does it need to be put in water? Does it need to be put in moss? Does it need to be, there's different variables when it's bare rooted. So I just highly, highly, highly recommend make it easiest on you. If you are new to the plant world, stick to starter plants that are already potted. It's going to require less on your part. Now, some potted plants are going to be some starter plants can come in soil. Some can come in other substrates like pond or leca. So again, I cannot stress enough, read the description all the way through. And a lot of times too, these Etsy sellers will have their first picture as the mature, beautiful plant. That is not the plant you're getting. You are getting the baby version, a leaf cutting, a starter little baby, and it's probably not going to look like the mature plant. So you don't want to, misread or get, something that you're not expecting. So before you order your plant online, whether it's Etsy or a seller's website directly, you want to have the proper expectations. Just think about it. Plants are alive. They are literally alive. So imagine you or an animal being in a dark, cold place, especially right now in the winter, a dark, cold place for days. How are you going to be when you come out of that place? Like, you're not going to be yourself. So it's really stressful for plants to be in a box for days and days, coming from maybe being in the perfect habitat to be growing, to be put into that situation, to be shipped, to now be put into your home. It's a lot of quick changes that's going to be stressful for the plant. So you cannot expect to get a plant in perfect condition. It doesn't mean it doesn't happen. You'll read the reviews, especially on Etsy. People are saying, oh, my plant came in perfect condition, it looks great, because it does happen, especially depending on the plant. However, you want to expect there to be some wear of the plant, whether it's physical because whatever courier they used was being careless with the box, or just because, again, the plant is not used to being in the conditions of a shipping box. So the leaves may wilt, they may turn yellow, the whatever medium that it is in may be dry. It's just expect there to be some added care needed on your part. It's not like going to the store where you just pick it up and put it in your house and it just looks great and just continues growing. There may be some slow growth in the beginning until the plant becomes acclimated and bounces back from the stressful transit. So just have the right expectations. It's not always, and it may not be the seller's fault. It's usually not the seller's fault, because sometimes things get delayed. Which brings me to story time about my shipping experience. So I went on Etsy and I scrolled and scrolled and scrolled for days, and I really wanted a Gloriosum because I was envious. Everyone has Gloriosums and they're just glorious, so I needed one. So of course I was scrolling, but I'm about the deal, so I'm not about to just buy any, I'm not just gonna spend any top dollar for a plant. Even though I love it, it needs to be a deal. So I found this seller, I read the reviews, everyone said she shipped with care, she wasn't too far, it was still in the US, the cost was right, it was in a starter pot. I did all those things, and I was like, okay, this is great. And another thing as well about the description, they're going to tell you on what days they ship their plants out. Most plant sellers do not ship any day, any time, because they want to keep in mind the plant being in the box for too many days. So most sellers only ship towards the beginning of the week. They won't ship towards the end of the week because there's a chance of it being stuck in the mail over the weekend. So I ordered this plant on last Tuesday, I believe, and she was really great. She shipped it out immediately. If not that day, the very next day, she shipped it out. And I was like, great, this is awesome. And she gave me the tracking number immediately. I was so excited. It said it was going to be there in 2 days by Friday. And I was just so excited. And then it said that day later that it was delivered. And I'm like, what? A day early? Like, that's crazy. And then I look at where it was delivered to. It was delivered somewhere in California. It was not delivered to me. I don't live in California. So I was like worried. At first, I just thought, well, maybe she just gave me the wrong shipping number, because they have to enter the shipping number. And maybe she just gave me her last customer's shipping number, not my shipping number. And so I just kindly messaged her. So don't ever be afraid to reach out to your seller because you want them to help you. And they want to help you because, again, they want good business reviews. So I just kindly reached out to her and was like, hey, maybe I received the wrong tracking number because it says it was delivered, but it's delivered to California. And so she looked into it and she was like, that's odd. And so she had to go and pick up the plant, check on the plant, And so again, don't be afraid to speak to your seller. So I asked her because this is going to go into another thing that I didn't mention yet. I'm sorry in advance that this video is all over the place. So I paid for expedited shipping and I paid for a heat pack. And the plant had already been sitting at another post office saying it was delivered, not to me, for a day. And these heat packs were only good for about 72 hours. So I asked her, I said, is it possible that you can change out the heat pack? Because I paid for it, and I already lost 24 hours on it and it wasn't even on its way to me, And I didn't even have to really explain all of that. I just asked her if possible she could replace it, and she was happy to replace it. Like she said, of course, I'll change out the heat pack for you, not a problem. So then she did that. She shipped it again for me the next day. So now it's probably Wednesday. And part of me was like, I really wish that, it's probably Thursday. I really wish that she would have waited and shipped it the following Monday, even though I would have been longer for me to wait to get it. It would have been more time in her care and less time in the box. But at the same time, I was just so excited to get it. So I didn't ask her to do that. But part of me wishes that she would have said, recommended, hey, if you don't mind, I'd rather wait before I ship it out. But it's neither here nor there. It is what it is. I got the plant. But then it got delayed. It said it was going to be delivered on Saturday the 11th, and I didn't get it until today, the 13th. So I spent the weekend. I know, you're good watchdogs. So that brings me to my last tip about ordering plants online, specifically Etsy. Don't go cheap. I am cheap and I love a deal, but this is not the time to do that. If they offer heat packs, buy them. If it says you might need 2 heat packs if you're ordering more than one plant, get the extra heat pack. If it says, hey, we offer expedited shipping for extra 10, 15, 20, get the expedited shipping, especially if you're getting a plant that you can't find in the stores. If this plant is costing you $30 or more, just spend the extra money to make sure the plant gets to you safely. Because again, that's going to require less time and effort on your part with the rehabbing process, and you're less likely to lose the plant in transit. Also, if you don't do those things, like get the extra heat pack or the expedited shipping, the seller is going to be less likely to work with you if something happens to the plant. So say the plant gets stuck in the mail, because especially now around Christmas time, everyone is buying things are being shipped. If it gets stuck in the mail, they are not responsible. They will tell you in that description, we are not responsible if your plant gets stuck in the mail. So if you didn't pay the expedited shipping, or you didn't put the heat packs in there because you said, oh, it'll be fine, I'm not going to spend the extra $20, and something does happen to the plant, the seller is most likely not going to be willing to help you. So just do it. Just spend the extra money. It's worth it. It's definitely worth it, especially if it's not a common house plant. So those are all the things you need to know before you order a plant online. Now, let's get into the unboxing. So I didn't even bring scissors. Hold on a second. So like I said, I ordered this on Etsy. The girl was really nice despite the whole misunderstanding with the USPS and how it got shipped to the wrong place. She was super, super nice. I think in total, I paid $75. So I paid an extra, I think $5 or $6 for the 72-hour heat pack, $25 for expedited shipping, which still didn't really end up being expedited, but it's not her fault. I saw it on the thing, she did put it for 2-day priority, but it still ended up taking more than 2 days. Not her fault. And I think the plant itself only ended up costing me about $35. And it's for a small cutting, it's for a small starter gloriosum, I think in a 2-inch pot. So this is what it looks like inside. And oh, this is nice. It says, why hello. Oh, so cute. So she has the invoice in here. And yes, I did the heat pack. The gloriosum. Yeah, so it comes in it's a rooted cutting. And that's another thing too. It'll tell you if the plant you're buying is rooted or not, or if it's unrooted, because it's going to let you know what to expect when now you receive it, what to expect care-wise. If you have to nurse it to rooting, or if it already has roots and you're kind of going to be good to go to just put it in a good spot and start taking care of it. So you definitely want to pay attention to all those things. She put a nice note in here. She said, sorry for your inconvenience. I packed one plant of, oh, she's about to make me cry. She gave me an extra plant because of the inconvenience. She said, I packed one plant of crystallinum as a gift. Sorry again and have a wonderful rest of the, that, girl, this is not sponsored. I wish I would be sponsored, but that was the nicest thing ever. I am so glad I opened this. Like, that was so nice of her. I have to leave the nicest review for her. I was already going to leave it, but this is so beautiful. Oh my gosh. I cannot believe she gave me an extra plant. Oh my gosh. So this is what I actually ordered, the gloriosum, and this is packaged beautifully. So beautifully. She even bubble wrapped the leaf. And so like I said, you see the leaf is a little wilty. That's expected. But it's still really nice. It's still in really good condition. And this is completely wrapped. I think looks like it's in pond. So I'm going to have to get some nutrients for this. So if you order a plant that's in passive hydroponics, you most likely don't want to use any fertilizer or nutrients the first week or so that you receive it. Just allow the plant a week or so to rest and acclimate to its new environment before you start feeding it nutrients. So that's what I'm going to do with her. She's so cute. And so when I was looking, she had a couple plants, and the way she had hers listed was each listing was for a specific plant. So I looked through her shop and I picked a plant that had another active growth point already. And so that's why I picked this one. And let's see. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe she did this. That is, oh, look at that. So see this, she taped it to the box to make sure it stayed sturdy in here. Oh my gosh, she gave me an Anthurium crystallinum for free because of the inconvenience. See, that is quality service right there, okay? And this is the heat pack that was inside here. So this ended up being in the mail, I think, for 5 days. So it only lasted for 3 days. But thankfully, these past 2 days weren't super cold. So, okay. I'm just so excited. Wow. That was the nicest thing she could have ever done. Like, and this wasn't even like, oh, here's the pothos. No shade to pothos. Pothos are beautiful. But an Anthurium crystallinum. Okay, that's another rare plant. I just got 2 for 1. You know, I like a deal. Like, that was so sweet of her. Like, she really didn't have to do that. She did not have to do that. All I wanted her to do was refresh the heat pack, and she gave me an extra plant. Oh my God. Okay, so I'm sorry, but that was really nice. She got my heart. I will forever, I'm going to buy another plant from her just because she did that. Like, for sure. I'm such a stickler for service. Just a little, this has nothing to do with anything, and I know I'm going off topic. I used to be in the hospitality industry for like 15 years. So I know about, service and giving good quality service. And I'm always like the one that's like complaining when I don't have good service. So for her to do this, just like, it really blew me away. It really, really blew me away. I'm so happy. So happy. Ah! Okay. So, let's open this up. This is in Pond, I believe. And have any plants in pond yet, so this is going to be new for me. But I did kind of already start looking into passive hydroponics and what I'll need, so I know what I want to get to feed it. I just don't have it yet. So yes, yeah, she has this wrapped really nicely. This is just a little foam stuff to make sure it's okay. I want to take this off, but I don't want to. Okay, let's use scissors. Hey, shh, 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 shh. Quiet. I feel like this is going to be a long video, and I think I'm most likely going to do the rehabbing in a second video because there's just already so much going on in this video. So I'm just cutting around it because I don't want to pull anything. So yeah, this looks good. So what you want to do when you receive your plant is, of course, inspect it. You know, you want to inspect it, take a look at everything. So even though this is dark, it's completely hard. It's not mushy at all. Under this little leaf sheath here, it's nice and green. This is pond. The pond is pretty dry. So what I'm going to do is just sit it in a saucer of water so that it can take up some nutrients, and definitely put it in humidity. I'm going into like the rehab. I don't know, I said I wouldn't, but the roots look, there's a root coming up here and it looks good. Not mushy, firm root. Wow, this is really nice. I'm beyond happy. I am super duper excited about this. I have to message her as soon as I'm done with this video. And then, so there it is. There she is, my Gloriosa. So this leaf may die. That's okay. It has aerial roots already. It will produce another leaf in case this leaf dies. There's already, that's an aerial root. Another aerial root there. I'll try to zoom in when I'm editing. I was trying to see if there's another activated node or not. I don't think so, but I mean, I thought this was a growth point, but I'm not sure anymore. Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah. So inside this little sheath, there is another growth point. So it might lose this leaf for this growth point. It's okay. Hopefully, I'll try to zoom in so you can see that. So if I try to bring it up, it might not focus. Man, I am so happy. So there is no cosmetic damage to this leaf at all. It's beautiful. It's literally perfect. And like I said, this doesn't happen all the time. You can expect cosmetic damage, but she did such a fabulous job packaging that. And then my crystalina. Oh my gosh. So like I was saying earlier, so this came to me in moss. This is not a potted, rooted. I don't think it's rooted. I just think it's a cutting. I'm trying to open it without like squishing it. Oh my gosh, it has roots. Oh my gosh, she literally has a customer for life. She literally has a customer for life. And the moss is still moist. That's good. OMG. Wow. 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 She really spoiled me. Look at the roots on this thing. Oh my God. Oh my God. I hit the jackpot. I'm going to insert her Etsy shop below on the screen somewhere because she did it. She did that. I know it's called Niche Plant. Let me check. TheNichePlants.etsy.com. I will be inserting it, but this, I ain't got nothing else to say. I'm just gonna end the video right here because ain't nothing else to say. Bye. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. But for real, I am about to end this video though. thank you again for joining me. I know this video was all over the place. I'm so sorry. I was just so excited. And then this surprise, like it just... I know these don't look like much, but I'm going to insert the pictures of what they're going to become. And then maybe you will realize why I'm so excited. But this is just, I was not expecting this. Like, this was just such a nice surprise. Definitely would highly, highly, highly recommend. Awesome customer service. She was great. And I can't, is her name on here? Her actual name? No. It's okay. I'll put her Etsy, I don't even know what I'm trying to say anymore. Let me end this video because I know y'all tired of me. Thank you again for coming back to my channel. If you like this video, please hit the like button. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe. If you're not following me on Instagram, please follow me on Instagram. All that good stuff. Thank you again. Have a good night.